Hello everyone and welcome to the Blooming Forest video overview. This is a no BS overview, so I will go through it quickly so as to not waste your time. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe. The Blooming Forest update is absolutely enormous. There are 9 different events that are going on, all tied to the Blooming Coins, as well as 4 different shops that you can use. On top of that, we've got other events like the Fairy Bros Golden Giveaway still going on. We've got Hot Weeks. There's 2 weeks of that. Sunny Sunday, Spell Trade's Fever Time for if you are in a server that's not Reboot. I'm in Reboot, so I won't be going over that too in depth. And then a cash inventory transfer event, which allows you to transfer your cash items between characters in the same world. We'll start with the most important part, which is the Blooming Forest and Blooming Coins. To get here, you'll want to accept the Blooming Forest Where the Flowers Bloom quest in the star event notifier on the left side of the screen. Once you do, you'll automatically be moved to the Blooming Forest Meadow map. This event's going to be very similar to the Choo Choo Island event, our Choo Choo Coin event, where you had to kill enemies that gave you points, which translated into Choo Choo Coins. In this case, you collect Blooming Points, which converts to Blooming Coins. And you can earn up to 300 Blooming Coins daily per character. As you can see, I have 672 because I've already done this for 2 days. Once you arrive, you'll have to accept the Blossoming Flowers quest in the star event notifier on the left side. And when you do, you will acquire the Blooming skill. Now, this skill is going to be corresponding to the different flowers that you'll see here in the background, red, blue, and yellow. And the goal is to get those bloomed all the way. Now, they're not available immediately. The red one is available right now, as soon as the event starts. The blue one is available to bloom on May 11th, and the yellow one is available to bloom on May 25th. You might remember in the Choo Choo Coin event where you had to build a food tower, and each week or so, that food tower was built a little higher and allowed you to get more coins faster. It's a very similar process to that. In order to wake those sleeping flower friends, you got to bring them sunlight. Now, sunlight is collected by turning on this Floral Blessing skill. Keep in mind that right now this is currently glitched, so when you activate it or turn it on, which it won't let me because I'm in the event area and I have the Blooming Coins daily limit already met, it actually switches off every time you switch to a new room. So every time you go to a new room, you'll need to make sure that's on. When it's on, it will have a little flower here on the right side of the screen, and the petals will light up as you're collecting sunlight. That sunlight literally looks like little suns that drop from enemies that are near your level, within 20 levels lower or 20 levels higher than you. As you collect that sunlight, as you collect sunlight, the flower will light up here on the right side. And once it lights up, so after you collect 10 of the suns, you actually get 20 coins or 2,000 points. Once you've filled this up all the way to 30,000, again, very similar to your Choo Choo coins, you'll be able to go to the quest notifier here on the left side and click on the Blooming Flower event. This is where you can actually give sunlight to get the extra bonuses. And again, like the Choo Choo Island event, it had a Muto growth chart on there. It's very similar to that. So every time you click Give Sunlight, it will actually activate one of these buds. You'll get this item, and you can do that 3 times per week. So you get 3 items per week. 3, it goes down the list. And each time you do it, you'll get a skill point. Again, very similar to the Muto growth event. So you can do this 3 times per week, and the first 2 times you get 1 skill point. The third time you actually get 3 skill points. And just like the Muto growth event, each level costs a little bit more. So the first level is 1 skill point, second level is 2 skill points, third level is 3 skill points. Also, once you finish all the flowers and the buds and everything has bloomed, you actually get a Blooming Maple Medal. Now this medal, it doesn't say on the patch notes if this is permanent or if it is not permanent, but based on the fact that it doesn't say, it's very likely this is a permanent medal. The stats that this medal grant are 17 all stat, 7 weapon attack, 7 magic attack, 950 HP and MP, and it registers in your medical collection. So this is actually better than the aniline medal that I've been using for the longest time. It's better on the all stats, maybe not as good on the attack. So if you don't have the Aniline Guardian and don't want to deal with going through that story quest, this might be a good medal for you. The next event is going to be the Blooming Race. Every 15 and 45 minute mark of every hour, you'll get an invitation to participate in the race, as you can see here. Obviously, I've already gotten the max coins for the day, so I won't be able to earn any coins, but you should be able to. The minimum participant number for this race is 10 players, and it has a total of 5 stages. The short version is that this is a jump quest with usually about 50 players, so it gets pretty hectic. Your goal is to overcome the various obstacles and race to the small spirit at the top. All characters have a set speed and jump in the Blooming Race. Again, it's a jump quest. Based on the order that players reach the small spirit, first through third place actually receive 100 Blooming coins, and if you don't receive the small spirit in time or are not ranked, you'll receive less, but you will still get coins. Stage 1 gives you 10, Stage 2 20, 330, 440, and 550. As you can see in the video here, this is the waiting area for the game. Keep in mind that if you leave in the middle of the race, you will not receive any rewards, and if you reach your Blooming coin capacity for the day, you're not going to be able to get any more, but you can still play in the race for practice for, say, tomorrow or whenever. Yeah, this is also part of the, as you can see in the video, this is also going to be part of our waiting area. Once we get through here, I will actually give a shout out to the different sections where it shows you what to do. As you can see here, you've got 50 or 100 people all going at one time. And you can see your achievement rate right below the time left, which is going to be 5 minutes total. Each one of those squares you fill up, you'll get 10 Blooming coins. And as you can see, it's kind of hectic. And there's 2 sections in here where there's multiple portals. Unfortunately, you'll see as I get to the top of this beanstalk that the portal that I go in actually takes me down. So keep in mind that these portals do change each time you do it. The next passive event is actually what they call the Blooming Moment. So what this means is that if you enter the Blooming Forest Meadow map every 30-minute mark of each hour, you'll get a warm spring sunlight or cool spring wind buff. Now this buff is provided on the map for about 10 minutes, and the cool spring wind is active every odd number hours, while the warm spring sunlight buff is active every even number hours. So you might see it, you might have located it up here. The cool spring wind gives these stats: 15 all stat, HP and MP, 15 attack, ignore enemy defense, boss damage, and it stacks with other boost effects. The warm spring sunlight buff actually gives 15% experience for 30 minutes. The next event is going to be the Help the Rock Spirits event. If you remember from the Choo Choo coin event, there was a big hamburger that you got to attack to see how much damage you could do and get more coins for that. Well, this Help the Rock Spirits event is exactly the same, except you're just attacking some flowers and weeds and that sort of thing. You can only get 1,500 points or spirit points per week, and this is not the same as the Choo Choo coin event where you could do this with 5 different characters. You can only do this with 1 character. They actually give you spirit points, which is not the same as the Blooming coins, and this is going to give you the ability to shop at a different store. Now, one thing I realized when I did this myself is that I actually was capped out at 1100 points. I wasn't sure exactly why, so we're going to try this again and see what happens. But I actually got capped out at 1100 points, very likely because of my level and damage. These points that you get are actually 100% for using in the shop for growth potions. So if you need to level up any of your characters that are over 200 for maybe your Legion, this is going to be a perfect event for you. As you can see, it looks like I'm capped out again for hitting the big weed, but that's okay. When we get to the store section, we'll go ahead and go through the different things you can buy in the different stores and when you can actually access those stores. The next event is going to be the Legion Gardening. Now, the Legion Gardening is pretty simple. It's just like it sounds like. It uses your Legion power to, over time, passively collect blooming coins. The nice thing about this event is that these blooming coins do not count towards your limit per day. So if I wanted to, I could actually collect these right now. You want to collect them every 24 hours because it only will go for 24 hours, and once that time is up, it stops. So, as the game says, the weeds can only be collected up to a certain point. It says the basket, quote unquote, it's full. So you want to collect that every 24 hours or so. For the Legion levels, it actually says here that you can use up to 6 characters. The levels are, if your Legion level's below 2,000, you get 1 character. 2,000 to 34.99, 2 characters. 3,500 to 49.99, 3 characters. Legion level 5,000 to 64.99 is 4 characters. As you can see, I have 4. Mine's about 6,200. Legion level 6,500 to 7,999 is 5 characters, and then anything over 8,000 you can have 6 characters. So the higher your Legion, the faster you'll collect those coins. Basically, each character that is mining, I'll call it mining, or gardening, collects 1 coin or pulls out 1 weed per hour. So we're getting 4 per hour times 24 hours. Not a bad return. And also, blooming coin accumulation for the Legion Gardening is actually shared within the world. So again, you can't go on to another character and collect more, unfortunately. With all those out of the way, it's time to go over the 4 different kinds of shops for this event. We'll go over the Blooming Meso shop, which, as it might sound, you use your mesos for. However, this is not ready until the blue flower blooms. The blue flower will not be able to bloom until May 11th, so this is not available yet. As you can see here, you can buy Droplet Stones, Rebirth Flames, a Fairy Heart, Android Ear Sensor Clip, and 2 different skin coupons. From there, we have the Blooming Personal Coin shop, which is actually just going to be the Blooming Coins. A bunch of different rings. These are all pretty nice rings, and the cubes. So we got a Chaos Ring, which allows you to reset potential 10 times a week. A Deep Dark Critical Ring. Master Ring SS. This is actually from an old event. The Synergy Ring coupon, which you can actually buy and equip on 5 different characters on your server, and it will actually increase the power of this. Now, keep in mind, this starts at 10 attack power, and you only get 2 attack power per ring. So that would bring it to 20 attack power, which is what these already have. So is it worth your time? Maybe. Then a reboot, Cosmos Ring, and Evangel Ring. There are different tabs to this store. So of course in here you can buy all kinds of little things that you might need. Pouches, reset scrolls, money, mastery books, different there's some chairs over here that you can buy as well. But bags, arcane symbols, circulators for your ability points as well. And then in this third tab you're looking at different coupons for outfits, chairs. There's a basic android here. If you don't have one and don't want to spend, you don't have 2 billion mesos to buy a fairy heart, which is level 100. Damage skins, that sort of thing. And one thing I want to mention is these 3 chairs up here. So these 3 chairs, this unique chair gives you a fixed amount of experience every 10 seconds. It's 147,000 experience for my level. This is the same as the Unity Training Center in the Mulong Dojo, if you're curious. This one actually grants you 3 blooming points every 10 seconds. So if you don't have time, you can actually just use this chair. And this one gives you 6 blooming points every 10 seconds. However, the thing you need to keep in mind with those three chairs is that if you want to use them, you have to go into this room here on the right side of the map, and then you can use them. As you can see, there's a bunch of people in here that are using them. You can't use them in just regular areas, otherwise it won't work. The next shop is going to be, again, another blooming coin shop, but just different items. So you've got some expansion slots, potential scrolls, extreme growth potions. There's 30, you can actually buy 30 of these. So if you've got Legion characters you want to get to 200, this would be a perfect time to do it. Node stones, rebirth flames, that sort of thing. And then the final shop is going to the Wish Coin shop. Now the Wish Coin shop is a special shop that uses a different type of currency. This currency is Wish Coins, which you actually get for killing different bosses. So obviously it's more droplets and black circulators. If you're in a non-reboot world, there are going to be different things here that you can buy that are not here. I'm in the reboot world, so I don't have them here. And I could show you here the bosses that I've killed so far. So Hard Hillip, Cast Pink Bean, Normal Cygnus, Chaos Ackerman, etc., etc., etc. And it'll give you the list of what gives what. And I know I said finally, but I remember that there's actually one more shop. And it's the Blooming Growth Potion shop. So the spirit points that you get per week. So remember, you can only get 1,500 spirit points per week. So that'll allow you to buy, any one of these. And remember, the spirit points reset every Wednesday at 12 a.m. UTC, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. And so we've already gone past that point. So since this event goes to June 14th, that leaves us this week, the 4 weeks of May, so that's 5 weeks, first week of June, and the second week of June. So that's 7 weeks. So if you can get a max of 1,500, 1,500 times 7 is going to be 10,500. So you can get 10,500 max spirit points. Now I can't get 1,500 points because I'm not strong enough yet. So I'll likely hit around 1,100 spirit points every week. So my goal is to get one of these Typhoon growth potions for myself, and then get 3 or 4 of these for my arc so that we can work on the link skills. Of course, you can do this however you want to. Depends on how strong you are and that sort of thing. But that is an overview of the shops. There are currently 2 events that are going to be released here a little bit later within the event period, which goes till June 14th. One of them is actually the Small Spirit Blooming Dance Party. Now we can kind of read through it here, but the short version is that the goal is to watch small spirits dance moves and follow them by pressing arrow keys in the correct order within the time limit. If you press them in the correct order, your character dances with the small spirit, which is great. Stage 5 and Stage 10 are bonus stages where you can press any arrow keys repeatedly to earn points, and which earns you up to 2,000 points. You will receive blooming coins based on the stages you've cleared, and every time you clear a stage, you'll receive blooming points immediately. If you reach your blooming coin capacity for the day, you can still participate, but you'll no longer obtain the coins. Very similar to what you saw when I was doing the blooming race. So in here, each stage, between stages 1 and 4, you'll get 300, 300, 500, and 500. And then on the 5th stage, which is the bonus stage, you'll get up to 2,000 blooming points. Stages 6 and 7, you can get 1,000 each. Stage 8 and 9, you can get 1,500 each. And stage 10, you can get up to 2,000 each. And you get 5 seconds, 8 seconds, and then 5 seconds for the time limits. Those aren't super important, but again, these will be coming up later. And then after that, the second thing that's not happening right now, but will be released on May 9th, is going to be the Day of Nostalgia. Now, the Day of Nostalgia is going to be a separate quest here in the event notifier that you'll have to actually complete. It's a musical hint that'll play, and you have to go to that place where the music is playing, and you will use an item that you actually will get in the event. When you use that item, it completes the mission, and you get a nice reward. Now, this goes on for, looks like there's 3 separate missions. Each one gives you 300 blooming coins. And then, of course, there's a hidden mission, will give you a Bouquet of Me coupon and Bouquet of Me chair. Those are just chairs. So, very good to collect more blooming coins. But again, not released yet, not until May 9th. And finally, we have arrived at the miscellaneous part of this update. As you well are aware at this point, the Fairy Bros Golden Giveaway is still going on. From there, we're going to have a hot week, which actually starts May 30th. So it's actually a hot 2 weeks. It goes from May 30th to June 12th. Basically, all you have to do is log in, and there's going to be a gift drop here on the left side. I'm not going to go over every single one of the events. It's pretty miscellaneous stuff, so like Pendants of the Spirit, Blooming Coins, Node Stones, stuff like that. If you look below in the description of the video, I actually have a Excel sheet that has a checklist that you can do to keep track of all this junk, and lists out every single one of the rewards for every single day for the 2 weeks of the hot weeks. On top of that, we'll have Sunny Sundays again from May 1st until June 12th, of course. Each one of those will have various perks. So for example, May 1st has 100% extra EXP from rooms, 300% extra EXP from combo kill orbs, 2 stars when you successfully do 10 Star Force enhancements and lower, and 2 times blooming coins from the Blossoming Forest events. Again, this is all in the Excel sheet below, and keep in mind that every Sunday has 2 times blooming coins from the Blossoming Forest events. From there, there's also a Spell Trace Fever time, but this is not in the reboot world, so if you're in reboot, you can just skip this section and go from there. It increases your equipment success rate, but it's only in the other worlds. And then finally, the last one is the Cash Inventory Transfer event. This allows you to transfer cash items between characters in the same world. Again, in the Excel sheet. Guys, if you've made it this far, you're phenomenal. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you continue to watch the content I have in the future. Obviously, I'm going to keep bringing it as long as people keep watching it, and again, I appreciate you all. Thanks so much for watching.